Hey guys, Scott Herman, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you 3 super helpful hacks that you can apply to any biceps exercise to make it more effective for building muscle and strength. And as always, you can check out the article version of this video by clicking the link in my pinned comment below or right here. All right, biceps hack number 1, how to effectively engage both heads of the biceps. And you know guys, I'm willing to bet that after this hack alone, a lot of light bulbs are going to go off. So let's start like this. I want you to stop whatever you're doing with your hands right now.
What? Making a protein shake.
And hold them in front of you like this. Next, I want you to squeeze your pointer and middle fingers as hard as you can while making a fist. You'll notice as you do this that your hands will slightly pronate and your elbows will kick out and away from your torso. Now make a fist again, except this time focus on squeezing your pinky and ring fingers. Your hands should slightly supinate and your elbows should have moved closer to your torso. But what does this have to do with biceps engagement? Well, think about it like this. We all know that a wide grip targets more of the inner biceps head and a close grip targets more of the outer biceps head. And that's because as your elbow flexes and we add external resistance, your biceps activate to support supination of the forearm. But even when using a wide grip, if you're not focusing on squeezing the barbell with your entire hand, especially your pinky and ring fingers, you will instinctively flare your elbows to try to get under the barbell more to make it easier to curl. And the flared elbows will cause a bit of pronation of the wrist, which will affect your grip on the barbell, as well as how hard you contract your inner biceps head. So the overall messaging here is that even though a wide grip targets more inner head and a close grip targets more outer head of the biceps, we can still maximize overall biceps engagement on any variation of a curl by first getting our grip right regardless of hand position. Biceps hack number 2, elbow awareness. Guys, what your elbows are doing during a biceps curl is a big deal because when they're fully extended, that's what's known as the sticking point or the hardest part of the movement, which is also why most people skip it because you can lift a lot more weight for reps if you never fully extend your elbows. So when training with most standing or seated versions of the biceps curl, your elbows should be in line with your hips or slightly in front as you perform your repetitions. Now, if you've never focused on elbow placement before, I want you to make a real conscious effort to ensure your elbows don't travel behind your body as you lower the weight. The eccentric or negative phase of the curl is where you get the most muscle breakdown for growth, and keeping those elbows in line or slightly in front of your hips when lowering the weight will maximize the overall stress on your biceps. However, there are exercises that do focus on your elbows traveling behind your hips, like a biceps drag curl. And this variation of the curl will maximize the involvement of the biceps at peak contraction because bringing your elbows behind your body takes the pressure off of your deltoids. Now, if you want to learn more about different biceps curl variations, you can check out my Versus series as I've covered quite a few variations and how to implement them correctly in your programming. But the main takeaway here is that elbow placement does matter depending on how you want to target your biceps. So don't just curl without any sort of direction or reason as to what you're doing. Now before we get to the third and final biceps hack, you can show your support for my channel by tapping that like button if you learned something new today and by dropping a comment below to help boost the YouTube algorithm. I really enjoyed teaching tips to take your workouts to the next level, and liking and commenting on my videos really helps my channel continue to grow. So thanks guys. Okay, so you've mastered the grip from hack number 1, you're laser focused on the positioning of your elbows from hack number 2, and now you're ready to make your workouts more intense for more biceps growth. Well, if you're a sadistic freak like me, you're really gonna enjoy this. Introducing drop sets. Now, what makes drop sets so great is that you can introduce more training volume to your workouts without having to really add much more time. This is because they take advantage of the muscle building mechanism, metabolic stress, which is what happens when you do lots of repetitions in sets with very short rest periods. But you can do drop sets a few different ways, guys, and I typically like to teach a beginner and advanced version to my clients. So if you're new to drop sets, start here. Aim to complete 6 to 8 reps with good form. That means focusing on both the concentric and eccentric portions of the movement, and use as much weight as you can handle for that rep range. Then as soon as you finish those 6 to 8 reps, you're going to drop the weight by about half and complete 12 to 15 reps for burnout. That completes one set. Now I'm not gonna lie guys, you're going to feel a burn in your biceps that you've probably never felt before. But this is important because learning to push through your reps while your muscles are screaming is going to help a lot of you learn what it feels like to break through your limits. Now, the more advanced version of drop sets is a bit more intense because we're going to add one more drop, but it's a drop with a very specific purpose. Once again, start with 6 to 8 reps, but this time you're going to overload as heavy as you can without cheating too much. This means you can use a little momentum on the concentric phase, but you're still really focusing on controlling the negative. As soon as you finish, drop the weight by about 15 to 20 pounds and complete another 6 to 8 reps with perfect form. No momentum at all. Just a strong contraction to the top and a controlled negative. And then, once you've completed those reps, you're gonna once again drop the weight about half and burn out the set with another 12 to 15 repetitions. Now typically, your rest periods when doing drop sets is about 2 minutes max between sets, and you won't need more than 3 sets per exercise. In fact, I can probably guarantee that most of you are going to train with more volume from completing 3 sets of just one exercise than you do in your current workout routine. Some might even say this is overtraining.
Hey man, I think all that overtraining is really gonna hurt your biceps and you're probably gonna tear them one day, so you should probably lower the volume.
But that's just because some people are just looking for an excuse to not have to train hard. So don't listen to them. And just remember, they have small biceps for a reason.
Prove it.
So give these tips a shot in your next biceps workout and let me know how it goes. Then, if you think you're ready for a training program that brings drop sets to a whole new level, click this link right here. It'll bring you to my 5-day bodybuilding split, which is actually the program that I'm running right now. It's only $10 and will put most of you on your ass by the end of the first week. Guaranteed. And I've got a whole playlist of more exercise tips for you guys to binge on right here. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.